hell no.
Hello everyone, Thomas here. Today we finish our journey of Winx Club Season 5. It has been a trip. Honestly, I don't know, I don't really have much to say. When you really boil it down, this season is deeply forgettable. I am looking forward to breaking down the elements of why this finale and why this season have not worked. I'm also excited to be free of this at long last. I might do more Winx commentary after this. I might take a break for a while, because I still want to do, Avatar commentaries. I still have to get around to editing the fucking fairy tale commentaries because I keep fucking putting it off. There's a lot, and life is being very rude right now. It's just, I'm so tired. Anyway, today we're gonna watch Aisha get robbed.
I guess nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
Bloom is going to take center stage yet again when she does not deserve it and when the story does not call for it, but apparently we must do that anyway, even though this villain is deeply personal to Aisha, because Aisha does not get nice things. Let's not drag out our suffering any longer. Let's get this ball rolling. Jesus Christ. I will say, at least the structure is better than the season 6 finale, but that's not hard to accomplish. It's really not hard at all. I think this is the first time we've ever seen the Grand Hall in season 5, and I think this is the last time we ever see it in the new seasons.
You know why I love breakfast?
Because it's the first meal of the day?
Oh fuck, now they got me hungry. God damn it. It's so weird that they're having this breakfast filler where they're just talking about how nice food is. Like, what the fuck? Why?
I just adore breakfast.
And also lunch. And dinner.
And of course, regular snacks.
Alright, I get it!
Like, whenever they would have scenes of enjoying breakfast in the earlier seasons, it was usually while they were talking about something else, like usually Professor Avalon or the classes they were dealing with, or the stress of wanting to get away from school.
When you dance, you connect with your true self and your feelings.
Thank you for making that announcement that no one cared about.
She says after having ignored dance as part of her character this whole season, and last season too. This feels so weird to be having in the penultimate episode. Like, what? These last 2 episodes should be all about fighting Tritanus and putting a stop to him as a threat, and we're wasting time on dancing, breakfast, and melodrama? Could have at least had Lord sing us through this.
I never meant to come between you and Helia.
You're a whore. You done slept with everybody.
We're really dragging the subplot out still.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay?
Why was the subplot even here? Like, what did this add? I'm not against it in principle with Flora learning to be more assertive and to have faith in herself, but like, this involved so much lack of communication with Helia. And it's like, Crystal wasn't even trying to get with Helia. It was just a weird misunderstanding where Flora didn't believe in herself enough, and Helia was just an idiot. Like, there's no conflict going on here. It's just Flora doesn't believe in herself. Oh no.
Y'all, just break it.
Anyway, time for ballet, even though I don't know why we're doing ballet. Again, season 3 did it better.
No more! Where the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents?
I must admit, I don't hate the ballet outfits. They're not the worst things I've ever seen.
Allegedly.
Hello, Aisha.
Hello, Roy.
What the fuck? It's the way they don't even sound human when they're saying it. They sound like AI or aliens. Okay, so, like, are we seeing, like, their fantasies in their head? Or are these visions? Is this a magical ballroom that shows you what you most desire? Are they just straight up hallucinating? Like, what's happening?
Call the police. We need to call the police.
Okay, the shoe thing and the weird light in the mirror thing makes me think it's a magical ballroom, but it's like, that wasn't established, though?
When you open your heart and dance, the mirror knows it.
You're ugly when you lie, Tim. I'm not lying. Then why are you ugly?
I'm not against this in principle, but it's just so... Okay, so I'm gonna guess this whole scene is to give us the aesthetic of arcs wrapping up. It's the illusion that they've done the work when they have done none of the work.
Get your fucking ass up and work.
I mean, at least I guess they pretended that everyone got their own arc this season. That's more than any season past this. Like, I remember a lot of people mentioning how season 5 was the last time where it felt like everybody mattered. And I definitely get that. A lot of these arcs I did not enjoy, but at least they exist, so you could just say everyone kind of got a moment. I will say Musa and Flora got more to do this season than they did in season 4, which is a crime. And Tekna, what the fuck, guys?
Leave me alone to die.
Forever, Sky.
Let me pretend I care. Okay, I'm done.
The way I just don't care about them as a couple. Flora's over it, and so am I.
I don't give a fuck. Do I look like I give a fuck? Because I don't.
So open your heart and dance with us.
No.
The way it's just so insincere. They're not talking like actual friends with personalities. They're just saying all of the milquetoast things that have no personality whatsoever. Like, where's my Musa snark? Where's Tekna trying to be logical about the situation? Where's Aisha being real?
Y'all, just break up.
See, can you never not be gay for 5 seconds? I'm just like, can you not be gay for 5 minutes?
Oh, what the hell? Oh god, the Helia thing. Because it's like, is Helia actually here? Or is he just an illusion like everything else was? I'm guessing he's real? Also, wait a minute. The origami, how is it sparkling and being all magical? Helia and the other specialists don't have magic. What the fuck?
Make it stop.
You know, one problem at a time. One problem at a time. There is so much filler of just watching them just scuttle around the floor. Oh my god.
You are the only one in my heart. You're the only one I love.
A whore.
It only took you a whole season to say it, Helia.
Flora, dance with me.
I said no. You can kill all that right now.
It's the way that they didn't talk about it at all until now. No. I feel nothing. I want this scene to end. Don't we have a mutant merman to stop? I feel like we have bad guys to stop. No? No, we're just gonna keep dancing? Okay. Don't come crying to me when the fucking ocean starts flooding you. What the fuck? How big is this ballroom? What the hell?
That I love you, and I always will.
Flora.
If only there was someone out there who loved you.
If only there was someone who loved you. I'm sorry. It's just the first thing that came to my mind.
I'm a really terrible person, and I left her in the woods to die.
It would make this more interesting, at least. The tonal whiplash of going from that to the plot.
I will be emperor. I will activate the throne.
Shut the fuck up!
You know what would have been nice if maybe 24 was all about wrapping up all the personal stuff and it didn't have to share an episode with the Tritanus plot?
I just need a fairy. A fairy who has mastered Cyrenics.
Aisha.
What?
Wait, what? Why her Cyrenics specifically? Is there a reason why? Wait a minute. Wouldn't it be smarter to go with the dragon flame, though? Like Bloom? Like the dragon flame? The ultimate power of the magical universe? That sounds like it'd be perfect for the Emperor's throne. So you get Cyrenics and the flame. Problem solved. And by that logic, if you just need a Cyrenics, you could just get any of the Winx. I'm assuming you can't use a dark Cyrenics, because if so, why would Icy just not volunteer?
The mutants, they were once our friends, our family.
We can't hurt them.
Die! Die! Die!
Oh no, if only one of you had a sword that could undo the mutation. Don't think I'm gonna let that go. The way that they have used this plot point to drag this plot out, I'm exhausted. You have the Breath of the Ocean and also Neptune's sword. Y'all have 2 methods to save the day. Like, get it together. Oh, Jesus. Like, structurally, it is technically a better final battle, but it just feels so deeply underwhelming. Like, Tritanus just gets this idea out of nowhere. It feels underwhelming. It feels very obligatory. And they're just forgetting actual methods that they have to save the day because they need to prolong the plot. The way they take 5 years to transform, it feels like it gets longer every time.
I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
I will admit the Pillar of Light was the correct choice for this because it's the most dramatic location to have the fight visually, and it also you know, calls back to one of the better pair of episodes of the season. It doesn't change the fact this fight is pointless as hell, but you know. Also, it feels very strange that we had the Alliance coming together and they're not even part of the final battle at all. Like, yeah, I get it. They can't enter the Infinite Ocean or whatever, even though we could open the gate for them, but fine. The way they don't even come into the plot next episode when Andros is directly in danger, though. We'll step up when Earth is in trouble, but fuck Andros.
There's my darling cousin Aisha. Surround her! Bring her to me!
Why?
Why not?
Why, though?
Why her specifically? I do not understand.
Tressa, the breath of the ocean.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Flora can't even keep it then. Alright. Girl, you want to use your Flower of Sirenic spell? No? Okay.
Selkies of all the oceans, I summon you!
Death to all of them.
What? The breath of the ocean can open portals now? What the hell? Also, why are you calling Selkies? Why not call, like, the Alliance of the Magical Universe? Wouldn't that be more useful than a bunch of sea rats who just routinely got their asses kicked? And through them you brought the most useless of them all. Congratulations. I can't wait for this season to be over and then the Selkies disappear, we never see or talk about them ever again, and it's like the Winx never bonded with these bitches. Like, not once.
Selkies! Defend the Pillar of Light!
Oh, it's so deeply underwhelming. Aisha gets robbed and Tressa gets robbed because it should be Tressa taking on Tritanus. Let's be real. She was going to be the queen of the mermaids, but then they decided that male mermaids existed for some reason. I hate it. I hate it here. Well, at least Techna got to kick a bitch. Techna be kung fu fighting. The unnecessary dialogue from season 6 is starting to appear.
Nothing like teamwork.
Why did that make me ship Musa and Tressa a little bit? I can see it. You know, this isn't making me impressed by the Selkies, it's just making me realize how deeply underwhelming Tritanus' army always was. Like, if it was this easy to kick their asses with a bunch of sea rats, why were we scared of them this whole season?
Light of Sirenics!
Why does Stella get to use her Sirenic spell, but the others don't? Like, what? Actually, if you want to do callbacks, have Musa summon the singing whales. Get their help at least. Get the whales to, like, I don't know, kick Tritanus into the earth with their tails. Ooh, or sick the giant eel thing that Techna tamed on Tritanus. That would be fun.
Ignis protection!
Oh yeah, I forgot they just made another shield spell for her when she already had dancing flames. Because all the spells look the same and have terrible names.
I'll make you sorry you said that when I'm Empress.
Like that's going to happen.
Whatever.
The way Icy has just deteriorated over the years, I'm disgusted. The battle banter. What happened to you? Oh my god. Remember when they put effort into insulting each other in the middle of battle? Those were the good times.
Morphix punch!
I will say I'm looking forward to never seeing these kinetic spells ever again.
Cousin Aisha. I've been looking for you.
Call the police. We need to call the police.
Why her specifically? I feel like that's never addressed.
And me!
No! Nereus!
Nereus is like, this is my plot now, bitch. Is it me or did Lemmy seem like completely disinterested in Nereus' safety? She was just like, no, Nereus, don't do it. Honestly, not gonna lie, that'd be me. I can't believe I related to Selkie. It finally happened. It's the end times. Is it me or is Tritanus' model shrinking in some of these shots?
It ends here! You are so wrong. This is just the beginning.
It's so deeply underwhelming. This is the most lackluster fight.
There she is! Grab her!
What, Icy? You can't bother? Are you too scared of Aisha beating your ass?
Get back! Morphix barricade!
Why are you desperately trying to shield against them? Didn't you just punch like 10 of them out at once?
Morphix punch!
A few moments later.
No!
Oh no, he got hit with a generic energy beam. The horror. He'll never recover.
Thank God.
Y'all have been hit by this shit so many times and survived, but now you're acting like it's a death blow. Like, what? They really said that everyone Aisha loves must die or get close to death. In the Boo's case, both.
You need to leave. It's disgusting.
At least Aisha gets this. That's something, I guess.
Watch out!
If only that killed them.
Okay, let's move on.
I must admit, though, it was kind of deeply disappointing. I don't know, it felt like they phoned in her Sirenic spell. The only cool part was the rock exploding. And then Tritanus and Icy just, like, walk away, and they're perfectly fine. And it's like, what was the point? What was the point?
Oh, Nereus, please die.
I have been summoned by your desire to save your cousin Aisha.
Lies, lies, and more lies.
If only you had the Sirenix box last season. The destiny to blow up a rock.
I wish for Nereus to live.
The way that this could have been used on Naboo, and it wasn't, the question didn't even come up. It's like the second that she and Roy started, like, dating without saying that they were dating, Naboo ceased to exist. He just faded from memory entirely. I hate it here. Like, it's not even, like, a conflict she has of, like, do I use my wish to bring him back, or is that wrong? And, like, maybe, like, Musa chimes in about that because she had a similar choice with her mom. I just, oh my god, this shit is right in front of your faces, writers, and you refuse to do anything with any of it. Anyhow, time for Aisha to get benched.
Your Sirenix power now belongs to me!
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Okay, seriously, I mentioned this last time, but, like, Sirenix apparently is the one form you can just casually steal someone's powers? You can do that? What? No form has ever had that problem before. Like, what, is Sirenix, like, open source or something? Oh god, now I'm thinking do transformations have, like, DRM? Oh no. No. If I'm not going down the rabbit hole of capitalist hellscape transformations, I'm not doing that to myself. I mean, capitalist hell transformations already gave us Sirenix, so start there. I hate it so fucking much. So that episode happened. I'm just... the way they couldn't even come up with, like, a better title for this. They were just like, End of Tritanus. I think the Italian title was, like, End of the Nightmare, and it's like, you damn straight. It's the end of the nightmare. My nightmare.
Not on my watch!
That awkward moment when you get to the end of the episode, and you're so grateful that season 5 is over, but then you realize your microphone has stopped recording, and it didn't record for most of it. So you have to sit through the episode again and re-record. This is cursed. This is cursed shit. When they said end of the nightmare, they did not mention that the nightmare kept fucking going. So we're gonna try this again and just get this over with, because I'm so... If you couldn't tell, I'm so tired of this fucking season. I'm so done. Ugh, and I'm so annoyed. My commentary was fire, and that just, it recorded none of it. Why does everything hate me?
They need help. Go.
Yeah, Flora, you're not important enough to help in this fight. Anyway, Bloom and Nereus are gonna save the day because no one else matters. Great, okay.
How much farther to the Emperor's throne?
How much farther through this episode?
We must get there before Tritanus activates the throne.
Oh, don't worry, Bloom. You won't. You never are. You're never in time.
Just in time to see your parents disappear.
Mom! Dad!
Behold, the two bitches who were done most dirty by this season. I hate it, and now they're trapped at the bottom of the fucking playset. I mean throne. It looks like a playset.
Did I lie? Did I lie?
At last, my dearest Icy.
Yes, at last, darling Tritanus.
Disgusting!
At last, incompetent writers. We get it. Rule the infinite ocean, activate the throne, emperor, empress, making out. I don't fucking care anymore. Just do it.
Do it! Just do it!
They say the same shit over and over again. It just, there's no actual conversation. Like, none. There's no interesting dialogue. There are no interesting character dynamics. Just shut up and get it over with. Also, Icy is just not herself at all. Like, at all. Like, this is the bitch who would probably murder Tritanus at the last second and then steal the power of the throne for herself. Now that would have been everything. But no, we don't get nice things. At least then Bloom being the one to save the day would make more sense. Okay, is it me, or does the evil red cloud Tritannus used look like bloody diarrhea and or red blood cells? You're never going to be able to unsee it. Which, good. I want you to suffer like I am suffering.
What is happening?
Oh no, they have glowy red eyes. Whatever shall we do? It's the way they're not even that threatening. Like, literally nothing changed about the mutants except for the fact they got red eyes. Big fucking whoop.
Magnificent.
Find me a church.
And also, Tritannus already has red eyes, so like, what? Yeah, so we got a little bit bigger. What? So what? Oh no, his eyes are glowing. He's fully charged. I want to die. You know, this finale is just so boring. It's so dreadfully boring. At least with the season 6 finale, it was stupid as hell, and I could make fun of it to the end of time. Whereas with this finale, it's technically competent, but boringly so. So it's like, yeah, technically you have a fine structure, I guess, but you're doing nothing interesting. So it's like, why are you even doing all this?
But Tritannus! My love, you can't mean that!
I'm gay! Okay, let's be real. I see the first 3 seasons would not be like whining like, you promised I'd be Empress. Tritannus, don't you love me? She would murder Tritannus. She would shish kebab him with ice. Tritannus said, long live the patriarchy.
Not so fast, fish boy. You're not the emperor of us.
Okay, well, you know, at least we get a nice Trix girl boss moment, I guess. I kind of like the sentiment of it. I just wish it didn't come at the cost of Icy's fucking character. One of the greatest villains I've ever seen in my life. And she has been reduced to this. And she ain't getting any better after this. So, I mean, at least I guess after this, they don't shove her into stupid love plots. But, you know, the bar is in the depths of hell. The bar is at the Earth's core.
Now, for Andros.
Why Andros specifically? Like, Tritannus doesn't give a fuck about Terrador and Niobe. Like, he don't know those bitches. Like, why would he not flood the whole magical universe at once? You know, like, flood Magix, flood Celeria, flood Zenith, flood all of the worlds. And that would also explain why the Alliance wouldn't come to Andros' defense, because they're all trying to save their own worlds. But nah, just Andros. Which is, also, can we talk about the fact that the Alliance was willing to, like, you know, step in to save Earth, but when Andros is about to choke, they're nowhere to be found. I guess Andros can go fuck itself. And not the first time. There was that Omega Portal debacle where everyone just kind of sat in their asses and did nothing. Ugh, sure, leave the fate of the universe to a bunch of actually, no, that sounds about true to real life, actually.
Child. Anyway, so
a lot of the danger with floods kind of comes from the waves, like how powerful and violent they are, the debris they sweep that, like, you know, will kill you if it hits you. Whereas this flood is very casual and passive. Like, it's just slowly rising. You're an island kingdom. Don't you guys have, like, boats that you could hop in? And just hop in a boat. The boat will just float up. Just a thought.
It's between me and you now, brother.
I have no brother.
Oh yes, a clash between brothers I don't care about, who have, like, no character whatso-fucking-ever, and a fairy who has nothing to do with either of them. Sounds like a great recipe for an exhilarating finale. Bloom has no stake in this whatsoever, and I don't care about Nereus, I don't care about Tritannus, I don't care about any of this. I care more about the B-plot on Andros than I do the battle in the Emperor's throne. So, like, you know you have fucked up. Oh yay, we're gonna watch a bunch of no-name mermaids fight a bunch of identical, boring, unthreatening mutants. Sounds like a great time. If you couldn't tell, I'm deeply unimpressed. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna check my phone while the finale plays because that's how little I care. And I'm just gonna make sure my mic doesn't cut out again because I don't want to have to sit through this again.
Let's get this party started. We can't hurt them.
Shut up.
Flora, you say that one more time, I'ma hurt you. It's the way the Winx hardly do jack shit.
Spring banner!
Is it me or does Flora have too many spring spells? Spring Banner, Spring Ring, Spring Shower, Spring Shield, Breath of Spring. Enough with the spring. And usually I kind of like her seasonal spells, like, you know, Winter Rose, Winter's End. The Believix seasonal spells were great. Well, the names were great. The presentation was generic energy beams as huge. But it's like, why spring so much? Don't get me wrong, I love spring. Mostly because I'm grateful winter's over, but still.
Get back! Andrews!
Oh, Laura Bailey. I hope they cut you a good check for this. Oh, by the way, Tressa's voiced by Laura Bailey, and she deserves better than this. And don't you forget that.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
You know, when the water recedes, I don't want to have to be the one to clean up this palace. It's gonna be filled with flapping fish all over the throne room, gagging to get back in the water, and I don't want to deal with any of that. It's gonna smell so bad. And also, it's seawater. There's gonna be salt on everything. Oh, Jesus. You know, this situation is reminding me of the Underwater Mines episode of Witch, you know, where they had to, like, seal themselves in the guard tower underwater as it was flooding, and then Irma helped them, you know, get to the surface of the lake. And it's making me wish I was watching Witch instead of this season of Winx Club. Don't get it twisted, bitches. I love both Winx and Witch. Magical girl coexistence in this house. And if you say otherwise, I will cut you. You know, maybe it's a good thing Witch ended where it was, because it never lived long enough to become a zombie the way the Winx did. And you know, Nerissa, that season was great. Know when to cut the good shit before it dies.
Wall of sound!
Ooh, that was a cool spell, Musa. Where the hell have you been hiding that one? Oh, I swear, Musa's best spells are all fucking one-offs.
We have got to get them above all this water.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
And I know how. With your permission, your majesties.
They didn't say yes. Miss Fairy of the Shining Sun, as it were. I don't recall giving consent to be saved. Honestly, if I were them, I'd ask to just be left to drown, because I don't want to deal with this season. Do you?
There are even more of them. We're never going to beat so many of them.
Oh, come on. You girls have dealt with worse before. This is like the least threatening enemy you've ever faced up until this point. Come on.
Neptune's sword!
Why did you yell that? Like, why? Who yells the name of their weapon as they swing? Like, Aisha yelled the name, but that was when she was casting the spell to undo the mutations and free the mutants. And, you know, free Nereus and Tressa. Which, like, why doesn't Nereus try that on Tritanus? See if that will free him from the mutation and, you know, by proxy, eliminate his army. Just a thought. But of course, that would be the smart choice, and we can't have smart choices.
Can I say one thing really? Can I say just one more quick thing? Can I say one thing really quick? Can I say one thing? Can I say something?
And Bloom is like, no, it must be about me. Why did she just stare into the void for like 5 seconds before the attack hit?
Go for the trident! We have to destroy the trident!
I'm about to beat this bitch up.
If only they figured that out 25 episodes ago. I give up. Wow, such intricate, exhilarating choreography. Much motion. Well, it could be worse. It could be Ruby Volume 9.
And
No, I will not talk about it on the channel beyond this, and don't tell the Ruby fans I said it because they will unleash hellfire. But ooh girl, I did not order Alice in Wonderland, but worse. I said what I said.
And that's on a period.
Fire!
Y'all could have done this ages ago. You didn't even need Cyrenix to do this. You could have just gotten a really big hammer and just smashed the trident like your Isma.
Then I'll put that flea in a box, and then I'll put that box inside of another box, and then I'll nail that box to myself. And when it arrives, I'll smash it with a hammer.
You're free!
Who the hell is this bitch?
Thanks, Serena. I never would have figured that out. Oh god, Legeia looks terrifying in 3D. Make it stop.
Oh my god! What is that?
It's the way that Bloom's Cyrenix spell was able to save the day, but Aisha's did jack shit. Y'all can go to hell.
I thought I would destroy all of you!
But you have destroyed me.
You're an ignorant child playing dress-up in his father's legacy.
It's so weird that Daphne as a spirit is just chilling alongside everybody else like it's normal. I don't know, it kind of takes away the majesty of her presence. You know, like whenever she showed up in the first 3 seasons, she was this huge sweeping ghost that only appeared to Bloom, and it was always in a setting where it was her realm and it was her under her control and it was the vision she was giving. Whereas now she's just a ghost that's just casually wandering the streets, and it's just, she was done dirty. She should have stayed dead. Which, ooh girl, when we get there, I'ma have words to say.
Bloom did it! And Nereus did it too!
But not Aisha. Fuck Aisha. Aisha gets no rights.
It's over!
Yeah!
Me when the season finally ends, because, ooh girl, I'm so done. Oh, thank God, we're out of the 3D. Thank the Lord. You know, it may be the end of the nightmare, but really, it was only the beginning. Because, you know what came after season 5? Season 6 through 8. Why is Daphne's spirit affecting the water? I'm done. No, kill him. Y'all should have learned from the Black Circle. These bitches need to die.
Do you have anything to say? Only that I'm sorry I didn't crush all of you when I had the chance.
I'm so in shock. I'm in shit.
Ooh, you know, I do like that in a villain. You know, sometimes bitches are just evil and they just want to kill.
You will pass through the gate of oblivion and never return.
Oh well. Karma's a bitch.
Okay, but like this also raises the question about the number of extra-dimensional hell prisons that we have in this franchise. Light Rock makes sense as a place for rehabilitation, and then you have Omega, you know, the ice planet, where I assume you go if you murder someone. But then there's Oblivion, which like what is that? What is that?
The Gate of Oblivion.
If I can see New Jersey, that means it can see me.
I don't understand why it's there. And then there's Obsidian, which was specifically for the Ancestral Witches, which got destroyed. Good job, Bloomin' Sky.
Fucking idiot.
And then there's the Dark Dimension, and then there's Limbo, and it...
Dear Bloom, I am so proud of you.
Well, at least someone's proud of you, girl. Let's see, what can Bloom wish for? To get her personality back, to reintroduce yellow to her color palette, to not be a Mary Sue.
I wish to break the Cyrenix curse and end its legacy. Daphne! Bloom!
Oh, hell no!
Go to hell. Musa does not get her mom back. Aisha does not get Naboo back, but you know what Bloom gets? Her whole world and her dead sister. And I don't want to hear any of this, oh, she was just a disembodied spirit. Like, no. She was murdered by the Ancestral Witches. Murdered. Unalived. Y'all can go to hell. It's okay, Aisha. You don't have to fake being happy for this stupid bitch. Yep, thank you, Alliance, for not coming to Andros' rescue. Thanks, guys. If only this turned into a red wedding where all the kingdoms that didn't help just got murdered immediately. Oh yeah, that reminds me. You know what would have made Tritanus, like, more threatening as emperor? Maybe if the water turned red, you know, like blood. But of course, like, we can't have that because children can't know that they have blood. No. They can't know that they have blood. We'll admit, Daphne's human form with the scarf, the hair, the silhouette, the striped leggings, she looks fabulous. Was it worth her coming back to life? Hell no. Keep that shit in a flashback. Oh god. And now they're gonna sing until it's over. So okay, we're just gonna cut it there because like this season is just so it really tanked in the second half. It wasn't great to begin with, but they really gave the fuck up. I think the biggest crime of this season is the fact that because it's trying to set a new status quo for the Nickelodeon era, it's so frustrating that it pretends at times to carry on the legacy of the first 4 seasons, but in reality, so much regression happens. The characters are 16 again, they're just having random misadventures while they study at Althea and nothing matters. They're never gonna grow up anymore. They're never gonna have interesting plots again. They're never going to change as people. It's just going to be more nonsense every season. And Rainbow wonders why people gave up and stopped caring. Like, let's be real. If you took season 5 away, what would change? The only thing that you lose if season 5 doesn't exist are the transformations, which don't matter. Roy doesn't exist, which I'd be fine with that. Daphne stays dead, which thank God. Yeah, so this season didn't matter. Not one bit. I hope y'all enjoyed. Now's probably not the best time to be watching it because I'm kind of down in the dumps spiritually. I'm just exhausted. I'm so over this shit. Yeah, I'm done.